Hey guys, what's up? I'm Ghosty from Idiots to YouTube, and I'm here to help you decide if Epic's current free game of the week is worth the download. Every Thursday, Epic Games makes anywhere between 1 to 6 games free for a week. So rather than wasting your time looking into them, I did it for you. So join me as we discuss this week's free games.
The Messenger. It was developed by Sabotage Studio and published by Devolver Digital, your favorite indie devs' favorite indie publishers, and composed by Rainbow Dragon Eyes. What? That name is sick, how could I not mention him? Fun fact, the director, Thierry Balanger, was the composer of such great films such as Troc, Rogue Capri Sun, and Le Orphelin avec un plat en prat en moi. I'm sorry, France. It was released August 30th, 2018 for PC and Switch, with a later release in March of this year for PS4. The Messenger is an action platformer with retro influences. According to the FAQ on their website, their main inspirations were Ninja Gaiden, Chrono Trigger, and Monkey Island, among many other retro games. This is the French-Canadian's first game with the backing of the daddy of all indie games, and high praise from critics and many awards from anything from the music to the gameplay. It's safe to say my expectations are high. Let's see if they can live up to those reviews with The Messenger. Man, oh man, I don't want to gush like a fanboy, but this game is sick as fuck! Let's start with the look. This game joined Shovel Knight as one of the best games I've ever seen to recreate the retro look from the 8-bit era. They even use an extremely limited color palette, a bygone restriction from that era. Apparently there's a way to use a 16-bit look, like the Genesis, but I couldn't figure it out. Regardless, this game looks phenomenal. And then there's the music. Gosh, the music. It carries this upbeat arcade feel, but still manages to perfectly fit the level it's attached to. Like my personal favorite, The Catacombs. It keeps this arcade feel while still providing this sense of dread. And given that you're in a room full of corpses, I'd assume that's the goal. Speaking of enemies, let me briefly mention the story. Years ago, demons fucked shit up, and what's left of civilization are now ninjas, training for when they return. Everyone is waiting for a warrior to roll up from the west with a scroll that a person has to take across the island to some sages on top of a hill that'll save the world or something. You play a rebel kid who's too cool for school that thinks there's no point to care about the demons. It was years ago. They won't come back, but then they do. Any able-bodied person besides you dies or whatever they're doing here. And then you see, dear God, what the hell is that? Before I can even begin to process what the hell that four-headed thing is, him and his summon are interrupted by the aforementioned Warrior of the West. He hits them, they run away like bitches, and give you a scroll. Literally, because you're the first person he sees. Then poof, you're on your way to traverse the island. This game does not waste your time. Crap hits the fan and it's time to go. Despite the serious topic of impending extinction, the writing is not that serious. The game is funny, whether it's meta humor, remarking on the sheer information given in one text box, or timing. I won't spoil anymore, but if you want a good laugh, this game has you covered. Despite the game's roots, the gameplay actually isn't too difficult. Well, it can be. No! But there are plenty of checkpoints. But upon your first death, you get introduced to the best character by far. Quarble. Greedy demon that sends you back in time in exchange for time shards. This game's currency for upgrades. He's so sarcastic. I love him. He made getting chastised for dying funny. In conclusion, this game is filled with charm, comedy, tight gameplay, great music with a wondrous retro aesthetic in the background. I'm only an hour in and I've already fell in love. If you like games like Shovel Knight, this game is a definite download. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This game is by far one of my favorites in my Epic Game library. If you guys enjoyed, hit that like button and help spread the word. We here at Idiots to YouTube would greatly appreciate it. If you want to know whenever these videos or any of our others go up in the future, hit that subscribe button. But other than that, see you next week with Bad North.